Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're playing the fifth mean. Now, I haven't really done or continued this series for a long time, but if you may remember, I was essentially starting the top 20 puzzles, top 20 rated puzzles of all time on Logic Masters Germany. And I think I stopped around like number 6 or number 7, because essentially it started to get really tricky since a lot of the top rated puzzles were ones I'd already featured, then trying to figure out which ones are the top 20, which ones I've already solved. Can I try and find a similarly rated puzzle from the same constructor to replace the one I've already solved? Well, let's put all that aside. There are still some phenomenal puzzles on the list, and today we're taking a look at number 4. And if you can make it out just about very carefully, we can see we are in courtroom 4, with the digit 4 on either side of the doorway there at the back. Now, why a courtroom? When I was thinking about the fifth mean, I really struggled to come up with what would be a good picture. And whenever I do, I sort of end up Googling kind of just the phrase or the title, the fifth mean. And it just kept kind of confusing it with the Fifth Amendment and taking the fifth. So that's kind of what I went for here. This is young sleuth sitting in a courtroom, I guess witnessing some kind of testimony, watching for the first time the witness taking the fifth there, and that's the theme I'm going to go with today. Well, let's put that aside. I hope the puzzle is a lot better than my reference, and it must be, given it's number 4 on Logic Masters Germany. We have the fifth mean by Palfly Kampling. That's the pronunciation I'm going for today. And it's a mean mini. So select 6 digits from 1 to 9 and place them in the cells without repeats in rows, columns, and boxes. So I tend to really struggle with puzzles, if I'm honest, when you don't actually know what the digits are and you actually have to figure that out as part of it. If you haven't played it, I'm trying to think, was it like there was a samurai puzzle of some sort where it had 4 different Sudoku grids and one in the middle, and you had to basically try and figure out what the digits was. That was a real challenge for me. So, I mean, it's meant to be an approachable puzzle, but we'll see about that. So what does the rule actually mean? So it means that for each of these rows, and each of these columns, and each of these 3 by 2 boxes, we're going to have 6 digits from the digits 1 to 9. And it's going to be consistent set because we have to make sure that they are placed once each in every row, every column, and in every box. We're going to have to figure out which 6 digits they are, though. We also have arrow sums. Those of you that are familiar with or have seen this channel many times, you're going to be very familiar with those. Essentially, digits along an arrow sum to the digit in the circle. So these 2 cells will sum up to a value that must be placed in here. These 1, 2, 3, 4 digits will sum up to a value that we're going to have to be able to place in there. And of course, the last arrow, these 3 cells, their sum can be placed in here. Now, we also have a bit of a play around, what am I going to call this? It's not polarity, it's not parity, it's almost, and it's not modulus, it's kind of a play of all of those. So every 2 by 2 in the grid has to contain 1 low from 1, 2, 3, 1 middle from 4, 5, 6, and 1 high from 7, 8, 9 digit. So I don't know how, I'm going to use colors rather than digits. So imagine all the low digits 1, 2, and 3 have a blue cell. Imagine all the middle digits 4, 5, and 6 have a yellow cell, and all the high digits 7, 8, and 9 have a red cell. And essentially what this is saying is that every 2 by 2 grids have to have at least 1 of each. Clearly, I'm going to have more than 1 in some cases. Sorry, excuse me, I need to get the door. I'll be right back. Right, sorry about the interruption. Yeah, I'm back. So essentially what that's saying is that I will need to have a blue what in here to make sure that this 2 by 2 is got 1 of each. And essentially I would need to have a red cell in here to make sure that it is part of this 2 by 2 and so on and so forth. So every 2 by 2 is going to have at least 1 of each. I'm kind of looking at this and thinking, wow, this is a tough puzzle. But It's a weekend. I think we are all up for slightly harder puzzles than usual on weekends where we have a bit more time to solve. So if you feel like playing the fifth mean, or really the fourth highest rated puzzle of all time, link will be in the description down below as usual. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock. Actually, I'm just going to say one more thing. It's only been solved 360 times. So it really deserves a bit more attention given its rating. And you can see now I'm paying attention to how many have actually solved it before I start recording. No more repeating that mistake. Right, with that said, let me restart the clock and see how I get on. So I feel like this arrow is the best place to start because whatever this is, let's go with the absolute minimum. 1, 2, and 3, and I don't think that's even possible. And a 1, that's already at 7. So this is definitely a red cell. And if they were all blue, I get the kind of the instinct that all of them are that I have 2 blues, 2 yellows, 2 reds, and if I don't have an equal number of them, I'm going to struggle to meet that 2 by 2 constraints. But I don't know that for certain. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to try and prove it. But I think if I went with all of these as blue, yeah, this gets very tricky very quickly. If all of these were blue, what does that mean? So it means I have, because one of these would have to be yellow, it means that there's a third blue in here. I don't know, like it just doesn't seem right to me. Because, it'll have weird consequences. 1, 2, and 3 means I'll have something like 1, 2, and a 3 in here. So all of these would be blue. Yeah, and that's 3 in the column. And what would these be? Yellow? Yellow or red? Right, let's try something different. If they were not all blue, how many yellows can I afford to have? So the minimum I can make this would be 1, 2, 1. That's already at 4. With the minimum from the middle digit, another 4. That's already at 8. So at most, there is 1 yellow. Let's put it that way. There's at most 1 yellow between all of these. And if there is a yellow at most between all of these, I think it can't be this cell, because then I would have 3 blue cells in here. Then I guess this red would be, I don't know, there. This yellow would be in here. And then this would have to be another red. Let's just go with the fact that the idea that we have 3 blues. Does that even work? Because it really feels like it shouldn't. Yeah, let's take a look at this 2 by 2. If I only have 1 yellow, I've already placed it in the box. I've broken these 2. And I think the answer is that is true no matter what. If that's yellow and I only have 1 of them, how am I going to get a 2 by 2 that includes yellow? That's the way to think about it, is I absolutely have to have, because whatever these cells are, let's say red, blue, I need another red or blue to go with the yellows that are in here. So there has to be at least 2 of each, otherwise we are going to struggle. So that is red, we've proven that. There has to be 2 blues, 2 reds, 2 yellows. I'm good with that. And then we said these are yellows and blues. I really should think out loud, because it'll probably clarify my thinking a bit more. So the question that's in my mind is which ones are blue, which ones are yellow. Because I don't really know that. And I think the constraints again around the 2x2 is the way to sort of solve my way through it. So I know there are 2 reds. And I think, yes, this red is either in here or in there. Yeah? I need letters now. Let's go with A. Whoops. Don't know why. Oh, I haven't enabled the pen letter tool? No, I have. Oh, no, I haven't. Not sure why I disabled it, but okay. So let's go A, B, C, D, E, F. One of these is B. And whichever one is B, I need the other one to be a red. So that the other 2x2 that doesn't include the B has a red within it. So there is a second red in here, and therefore there is another blue-yellow in there. Yeah, that makes sense. And then what else do we know about this? We need another 2 of these. Come on, Sleuth. Shouldn't be this difficult. One of these is a B. Don't know which one it is, but essentially places a B in the other 2. How am I going to do this? Let's say if that's red. Is that the way to think about it? No, I'm better off trying to figure out which one is the yellow. And the answer is one of these is yellow. One of these, yeah. Given we know that only one of these is yellow. I think that's the thing to use. So one of these is yellow. There is 2 blues and a yellow in here. That has to be red. So red is kind of chucked out to these corners with B and E. E, not D. E, there we go. Therefore, these are now, yeah, these have to be blue or yellow. And I know that they're different. And I know they're different because this 2x2 has to have a blue and a yellow. So, and the same is true in here. One of them is blue, one of them is yellow. I don't know which is which just yet. What I do know is that now this is CF. This is AD. And then I have another AD and another CF in here. How am I going to do this? So there is another essentially blue and yellow. Yeah, that definitely works. So if this is blue, it can't have a yellow that's a sum because it's saying there is part of it something that's higher that adds up to a lower digit. So that's the yellow, that's the blue. And could this be another yellow? I could do 1 and 4 to still end up with a 5. So yes, that could be a yellow. But it can't be a red. So this is red. And then this set is fine. And then I need another red in here as well. So, which is fine because one of the BEs is in there. I think the question is which one is this one? So that's B or E. I am probably, and this is another AD. Because we've already got C and F in here. And whatever this is, it's one of these 2. I want to think about this. So let's think about this group. I know this is not an F because then it would be the same color and it has to be a different color. So this could be C, where I already know it's different. but it could also be A or D, unfortunately. And I'm actually very tempted to rewrite these now so that I know what's what and I can actually refer to them. So let's say this is B and E, this is B, this is E, this is B, E. I don't know why check pencil marks is on. Just no, don't do that. That's E. One of these is B. One of these and yeah, one of these is B with another CF. Okay. How about I am going to no, because I know that's a D. Let's think about this for a second. I know I should be thinking out loud. 10 minutes, goodness me, I haven't placed a single digit. I don't even know what the digits are after 10 minutes. Am I going to keep rewriting things? I just don't know. I'm happy to leave that D and that A. I'm not sure I want to keep these as is. I want to actually just know what it is. So let's go with that. This is a C. And therefore this is not C. It could be F, unfortunately. F is definitely in here. And then this is BF. And therefore this is, well, C is definitely in here now. Yeah. And C is going to be joined with one of A or D with a C. For my sanity, can I actually do anything better than that? It may be the case. Let's think about blues and yellows for a second. If D was yellow, that would be A. Both of these would have to be blue. So I'd have 2 blues, 2 yellows. Does that work? 2 blues with a yellow, that's fine. I'm just going to actually try that. Pardon me. And therefore, none of these are yellow. Yeah, that breaks because I put 3 blues immediately in this box and I know I need 2 of each. So D can't be the yellow. D is blue, therefore A is yellow. I don't know if C is or isn't. But from these two, that's an AD. That has to be D. That's not D. That could be A or F. Depends on kind of the colors of these. And this is another A or F. And therefore no A in here, it's CD. C is definitely the blue one. That's A. That's C. So C is yellow. And therefore, that's also blue, not yellow. And it has to be the F. Because I can't put, you know, A is already established as yellow. And that's all looking correct. And then now that tells me that's blue, that's red. Otherwise, where is my blue? And that would be F. That would be B. This would be, actually it doesn't matter what it is. This is now definitely not F because F is established as blue. And therefore this is C. And this is F. That was hard work. That was very hard work. Now I can see that D is 1 or 2. Because essentially 1 plus maybe a 4 gets me to 5. 2 plus maybe a 4 gets me to 6. But D has to be quite small so that A plus D can actually still add up to a middle digit. Wow, this is hard. Right, let's see if I can actually finish these. This is A, B, D. This is E, C, and F. you can see that's a lot of digits. That even if they're all blue, which I can't be, there has to be at least a yellow in here. So the minimum this is two blues with a yellow, because remember it's 2 by 2. Even if this is red, I still need two blues and a yellow in here. So even with two blues and a yellow, there is no way that this is blue. That's a definite. It's not F. Now I'm actually even thinking, could it even be anything other than red? Because even if I minimize these with two blues, so could I do D and F? No. So even if this is F with a D, then the other option that I have, I mean, it's not B for sure. Can't have another red in here. So that's AD. That's the B. Did I explain that step before I do it? If I have a red in here, and the absolute minimum I can make it would be B and D, and then up here, I can't do D, it will be an F. So the absolute minimum now I've got to is 1, 2, 7, and now that's a 10. So that doesn't work. There can't be a B in here. That is the B. That's red. Therefore, that's blue, and therefore that's F. This is not F. I need each of the, well, I need one of these to be yellow for sure. I need that to be yellow, which gives me another letter. That's C. Fortunately, I don't know what this is. This could be A. It's not B, C. Could be D, and it could be E. Okay. I've got A and D, which I know adds up to C. So because I have another digit on here, I don't know what that is. It's clearly bigger than C, so that's not C. That's E. That's C. And these are from B and... Excuse me, I'm just struggling with basics now. B and F. I'm pretty sure that's an F. Let's think about that again. A and D is a minimum of 1 and 4 is 5. If I give it another high digit, a 7, the minimum I can make that, that'll be 12. So that's F, that's B. I can color all of these now. And yeah, this is blue and yellow. So that square is fine. Do I really want to do that? I'm just, for now, I don't know what it is. But I'm actually kind of wondering, now that I've done all the arrows, I'm actually more tempted to see if I can actually figure out what the digits are. That's my temptation. So let's try something, because I think I'm onto an answer. C is the equivalent of A and D. So essentially, whatever this digit is, it's actually 3 Ds, an F, and an A. Now, let's just, I think D has to be 1, otherwise it's too big, but let's give that a go. So if D is 2, I'm already at 6, because remember, C is an AD, 3 Ds, that's already at 6. Plus an A, which is a minimum of 4, we're already at 10, plus an F, which is another 1, we're at 11. So a long way of saying D absolutely has to be a 1. And therefore that's a 1 for D. Okay, what else do we know? A has to be a maximum of 4 or 5 because this is 5 or 6. But let's see if we can take this a step further. F now is a minimum of 2. And actually, let's try that. If that's 4 and that's 2, if that's 4, that's 5, and that's 2. So that would be 1, 1, 2, and 5. 1, 1, 2, that's already 4, that's 5, that's 9. So that is the case. We actually have to minimize this to try and actually stand the chance of fitting it in here. So the C is 5, the A is 4, the F has to be 2. I don't know what E's and B's are. I'll come back to that separately. But what I do know now is A was 4, wasn't it? C was 5. And we have digits, goodness me, at 20 minutes. We have 2, 1, and 4. That's a 7. So E is 7. And then the other digit is 9. 1, 2. That's 3. That's 8. That's 9. So that is a B. And it's 9. That's E. And now I can place a whole bunch of digits again. So all of these are 9. All of these are 7. And I guess from here is just Sudoku. Such as, where does 2 go in this box? That's 2. I need in here 9, which can only be in there. 4. What else can I do? So I've done 9s, I've done 2s. 5s. 5 is in here. This is 1 and 7. Don't know where these are. That's 1 and 7. That's another 1, 7, not resolved. That's 1, 4, or 7, not resolved either. And that's another 1, 4, 7. Probably coloring will help me now. Such as I need to have a yellow in here. I need to have a blue in here. Yeah, that's not helping. That is helping though. That's red. Therefore, that's blue. That's blue. That's now yellow. Sorry, because I know that blue is 1, and therefore that removes the 1 from here. So that's yellow. That's blue. That's the yellow. And that's the red. And if I just go ahead and place all of these digits, 1, 1, 7, 4, 1, I have not made any mistakes, 4, and a solution to today's puzzle. Only 363 solvers. Wow. What a phenomenal puzzle. I don't know if it would have been, like, did I go about this the easiest way? I think it is. I think it's very hard to do this unless you're able to actually see that these two add up to the same digit, which helps you resolve this, which helps you resolve this, which gets you to the 9. So I think you kind of need to do essentially letters and then figure out what the digits are a bit later. But what a puzzle. Palfly, I don't know how old this puzzle is, but I hope that you're still producing more of these. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video. And see you back for the next one. Bye for now.